The tunnel seemed to stretch forever. Without foresight, I might have lost track of time. Other than the occasional scratching sound of the rats against the stone floor, the tunnel was completely silent. Holst moved like a shadow, and Talindra had silenced her hooves with leather sandals. At some point along the walk, Yorn's agents wordlessly took a side exit. Prince Adrien's men took another exit shortly after. The three of us kept going until we reached a stone wall with metal rungs embedded deeply into it. 10 meters above our heads was an opening lit by the warm light of fire. "Let's go." I climbed the ladder into an old, windowless room that held nothing but a fire pit and a boiling cauldron. A familiar man was removing the embers and got up as soon as I entered the room. The fire shone against his metal gauntlets concealed under his cloak. He seemed to be waiting for us. "Captain Garibal? I wasn't expecting to see you here," I greeted him. The man gave me a polite bow. "Prince Adrien has prepared countermeasures if things get out of control, Lord Clark." The uncomfortable feeling of being on the edge of the precipice receded, having the backing bar. The royal family felt great, although Talindra and Holst gave me an even greater comfort. "Please use these. It is carnival night, again." Captain Garibal handed us handcrafted masks. A wendigo, a wolf, and a bird. I could tell from a mile away that they were made by a low-level artisan. The seams were durable enough, but the materials were cheap, and they lacked that masterpiece vibe that even Gins at level 20 could give to his creations. They were perfect for passing unnoticed among commoners. I grabbed the Wendigo skull, Talindra the wolf head, and Holst the bird mask. "Does this make me look fierce?" Talindra asked, showing her profile. "Yes," Holst replied, somehow making the "yes" sound like an absolutely not. Captain Garibal nodded and walked to the room's only door. In the vestibule, 10 royal soldiers stood, their uniforms hidden beneath long cloaks. Given their mana signatures, they were in their high 30s. "Do you know where to go, Lord Clark?" Captain Garibal asked. I nodded. Foresight me like an extremely accurate GPS. We were a couple of 100 meters from the location of the anti-nobility rally, deep in the East Ward. I didn't expect the royal family to have a safe house here, though. The lookout on the door signaled us to approach and opened it. "Good luck," the captain said. Holst and Talindra stepped out, but I fell behind. "If you have days off, take a trip to Farcrest. I know a craftsman who makes really good prosthetics," I said, pointing at Captain Garibal's empty sleeve. He gave me yet another of his polite bows. "Let's hope things slow down after the coronation," he replied. Without saying more, I followed the fawn-eared wolfhead into the main street. The East Ward was unrecognizable. The streets were as pothole-ridden as ever, but paper lamps and festoons made of old hulled fabric hung between buildings, covering the night sky almost completely. Just like in the inner city, artists and performers fought for the most crowded corners, while the inns and taverns kept their doors open to itinerant partygoers. As soon as we stepped outside, the sharp smell of offal and onion hit my face. Holst was more than happy to move out. "What if we are the only ones at the rally?" Talindra whispered near my ear. "Then we won't have to struggle distinguishing guilty from innocent," I replied. Prince Adrien had assured me he was only interested in the rally's organizers. Not in the rally's organizers. Not in the Fosbiel, Bidnen, Performasalindran, Curls Antonia, Ormans, Deotsfiels, Turl Ovidus, Luleli, and through Irvitsnen of Hanelans. Enough alatom. The stinged wavery tries are ellen turd. The post on the Salzor shared it too, and it was far errand. And their throughs, and seer and together wishin, Maring tuta. Fuck if you did her and we govern horme, Mother Wafasik further. Predas Ravan the high, lushed his Turik Siage, we thurnan from Richarkide, and no one might ever is Rick Funf, Nair. Through Lodo's ness, sick badas there refer, waste up. Collection of the red regions to form a sins. Jarek Tharjanach and my babes, and aversion I comes, and we pernath, Tristan I tabiter, I resavani comfy power in weeklet, and lover you love actually, and lights. Gotchi at touching and open, if you can inform it. Ein Claire was chilly than a space of blina, in goes and shoots, as the young fayon tells you, in space they go pasmer. People wish to after the emic vaccine. They was nash by desrat, hamais gat is chagrin, the gwinon of kimb, the retist on keats. Chamais to kill no void, Fafan Keithis or Keats, but it is a equivalent, pheasant is it fall in share. The team though she should remain slash, Gretan or Deweed. The king fell back, slapped the medical, the recalls, as a king fully tired passant, na fashion. Tinto and Medina, to Matthielsen, the Grimonzrina. That great confident is issue in nothing of James. If the Tesla to England, Schlecht your lemons. The king had to go chai, the grow goes to that, Stalakash and that, you go with that, Kikera, the Hamatic, then make it, the agreement, yeah, you government time. It's okay, you can show your anger. Having age, no that you can do them down, when how to show be, tally share. Time, even a huge, tally share. She was if names, Gath, did not have it. Raise the American. Having age to show that she, here's the hints. Yeah, the like talk come age to the shard, fan age me. A show age to, she's a huge, his charge high, she's on show share. Why she's just metal. Fully already, she's, perhaps, spare, so we can hear. She, shorter sight to minier than we can finchbedge, a week dun gumewu, as when siporal. His only response was an affirmative grunt. A very juvenile grunt, if I had to guess. Just like those I used to hear in detention. Are your ears still ringing? Another grunt. Up close, you are rather short, aren't you? I taunted him. Drones, the smooth. Prince Adrien, Spear, Hosea, Still, Fierity, Igaios. I taunted him. Igaios, the Spear. I lay vistos. Anshin, yours after papilla fetching sever. Kemeyu chalons. A joles, the gathering ilustimo the fetchings. Green here. He, pronounced here. The thank house. Spear. These are for you. A gift. Will you stay? Are you story? To you. The current, everyone. Drink one. Bring another for your friend. There was something circus-like about the man's performance. The mob pushed forward, and the sound bandit was dragged along, though I was strong enough to resist the flow of the crowd. This was bad. Didn't they know about what happened during the fetching exam with the corrupted potions? I opened my mouth to warn them, but stopped short. The first rose had already drunk the contents of the vials. Don't overdo it. You won't sleep for a week. The crowman shouted. Don't push. There are more in the back. I turned around just as two more men entered the warehouse carrying the same unmarked crates full of potion racks. After the first push, and seeing there were enough potions for everyone, the crowd calmed down. What surprised me the most was the crowman's control of the situation. I heard you. I really have, and I know you have questions. Who am I to go against the designs of the system? After all, it can see the contents of our souls. Well, I say the system is wrong. Some gasped. Others were too busy trying to get their hands on a potion. I say we are being lied to. I say the system was created by 4 powerful men and women who want to keep us down and enslave us. Don't you think it's strange how the bard song shows us a remote past where we hid like rats? Isn't it like it wants to convince us,